And we're back. Episode 6, A Wrench in the Camera podcast. I'm 100 Beast Mike, Michael Lord.
I'm Marino Scott, New Hype Media. I guess we'll keep that in there for bloopers.
Yeah, we're good. We can keep that in there. Engaging beginning.
Oh man, yeah.
What we have? I guess a plethora of topics.
Yeah, I think the last episode I had mentioned that Spider-Verse was the best animated movie. I think I said of all time.
Of all time.
It's a bold statement. You disagreed.
It wasn't bold. I was just like, of all time. So I was really trying to. I didn't have an argument for him. You know, okay. I'm not one of those. I like to play devil's advocate or whatever. Like, ain't nobody want to be on that guy's side. All right, just leave him out of this. So, but everyone has the right to their own opinion. And Spider-Verse is. I mean, it's really a solid. Like, I don't have any. The only complaint I have of the movie is that I don't have a second one.
I think they're making a second one.
Yeah, they should be making a second one. Yeah. So I went on a deep dive. I didn't do the score of people's opinions or whatever because it doesn't necessarily matter. Put out the movie. We want to make money from the movie. So I said, what is the best movie? Well, the highest grossing movie, animated movie of all time. Did I send you the link? I think I sent you the link.
No, you didn't send me the link.
All right, cool.
All right.
I did this on purpose. What do you think's number one?
Greatest animated movies of all time.
The highest grossing animated movie of all time, according to this website.
Like how far back in years are we going?
It's looks like it has every animated movie.
That's a lot of animated movies. I feel like is it a Disney movie?
It's a Disney movie.
Frozen
2.
Yep. I still have yet to see Frozen or Frozen 2 yet.
Frozen 2, 1.4 billion.
Dang. All right.
And then Frozen made 1.2 billion worldwide.
Beat it by 0.2 billion.
All right, where do you think Spider-Verse is at on this list?
Oh man, apparently it's never gonna beat out Disney. all the little boys and girls.
Where do you?
So you might have to realize
that was worldwide. That was the worldwide numbers.
All right, I might have to knock that down to like number 20 or something.
You think Spider-Verse is number 20?
Yeah.
Shrek Forever After is number 20 according to this list.
Who watched that?
It made $756 million.
Which Shrek was this?
Shrek Forever After. So that was Shrek 4. So Shrek 1 was good. Shrek 2 is good. Shrek 3 sucked. And then they tried to come back with 4.
I'm like, to be honest, I didn't even know they made a Shrek 4.
Yeah, they made a 4th one. I think the 4th one was when they had the babies in there.
Oh, I don't remember that.
So
I remember Shrek 3.
I think three they had babies, but the 4th one was when the babies was in there.
Oh, I remember 3. I don't remember 4 ever. Okay. Well, okay. Where is Spider-Verse on this list then?
Okay, so you don't want to guess one more time? No. Okay. All right.
At this point, they got Shrek number 20.
So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is 73.
At least in the top 100.
It's number 73. All right. Did you think about your top animated movies? Did you even?
I thought about it, but it's like really like now that you have this list, like I'm pretty sure my top is nowhere on this list at all.
This is just gross. This is just gross. All right. So then I asked some people. I was like, yo, what's the best? What are your top 10 animated movies? Marino just said Spider-Verse is probably the best animated movie of all time, which, he's not wrong.
I mean, it's my opinion, yeah. But
So I said in no particular order. You don't have to put them in order. Just let me know.
Okay. What do people say?
All right. So my brother said Spider-Verse, The Incredibles, Toy Story, Lion King, Balto, Hercules, How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek 1 and 2. So, then the Prince of Egypt and Jungle Book.
I should really like. I actually agree with that list.
Do you agree with that one? All right,
Yeah.
cool. And then my other brother said Incredibles, Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Shrek, and Shrek 2, Inside Out, Monsters Inc., Boss Baby, Hercules, and Lion King.
Boss Babies. I don't know.
You mess with Boss Baby?
Like, it was good. I wouldn't put it like at the.
It's not top 10?
Nah. Like Incredibles 2. Like, people have the Incredibles, but they should really put the Incredibles 2 on there.
I think when
Because the Incredibles 2.
when we say, well, usually when we do these type of lists, because we have this argument or discussion often, like we say it in its totality, except for like if they specifically say Shrek 1 and 2,
they're trying to dismiss everything.
They're dismissing everything after.
Okay.
So if you say it specifically, then you don't care about the other ones. So, but if you say it, you're saying the whole because it's essentially it's like another chapter every time a thing comes out, a sequel comes out, right?
Yeah.
Or at least that's how I look at it, because the story's continuing.
Yeah. I agree. So I definitely think Incredibles, Toy Story, Shrek, Lilo and Stitch. What else? What was that? One with like the puffy, like hero.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. So we've bought that movie twice. My son likes that movie so much that he would put it on repeat. So that's one of the DVDs that will restart itself. We had it on Blu-ray and DVD. He broke the Blu-ray and he broke the DVD just from playing it so much. And so then we bought it again, and then it broke again. Yeah, that we like that movie over there at our house.
That was a good one. Yeah, I guess because there's so there really is really a whole lot of animated movies, like really good ones. This really is hard to say which is actually top.
So then my wife goes Lilo and Stitch, Rugrat movie, Wreck-It Ralph 2,
Rugrats,
Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Ariel's Beginning, Big Hero 6, Mulan, Kung Fu Panda, Boss Baby. And then she goes, Spider-Verse was a good time, so I guess Spider-Verse is in there. It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. And then one of my brother's wives goes, Goofy movie, Boss Baby, Hercules, Big Hero 6, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet, Tangled, Despicable Me 3, Sing, Aladdin, and the Lorax.
Yeah. So the only argument that I have about all this is as far as I'm pretty sure I even said this for the last time. As far as how they animated it, it's completely different than any other movies that were listed. And it was different. It's a completely different experience the way they put it together than just because most of the other movies look the same. Obviously the story is different.
Yeah, I like the animation. They have a comic book styling and all that.
It's just the way they styled it, and if you actually look at how they did it, they had to do each thing set frame by frame the whole entire movie. I was I guess just seeing that, it was that's a lot more work that they put into that movie, and the animation just completely different thing because Toy Story, My Hero.
You know what? If Marvel did all their animated movies like that, I think they'll give DC a run for their money. Because DC's animated movies are really good.
They are. All the Batman movies are classics.
So I got How to Train Your Dragon, Wreck-It Ralph, Madagascar, Spider-Verse, Justice League War, Mitchell's vs. the Machines, Big Hero 6, Batman Court of Owls, Cars, and then Spider-Verse.
Okay. I think you got Spider-Verse twice.
No, I didn't put Spider-Verse in here. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I do got Spider-Verse in there.
Yeah.
I couldn't come up with number 10.
Yeah, he loves Spider-Verse. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with like a, I don't know. I was like, dang, do I put Lion King in here? I feel like it's cliche at this point. I feel like Lion King has transcended being on list anymore. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a really good movie.
Really good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess probably saying Spider-Verse is the best animated movie. It's probably the most unique.
Yeah.
Probably a better word for it, the most unique animated movie. Because there are a ton of great animated movies.
Yeah. And then watching movies now with a kid, that kind of changes perspective.
Yeah.
On some of the movies or whatever.
I mean, even for like nostalgic purposes. Like
yeah.
Going back and look at the movies
like you what you said, Aladdin? No, what'd you say? Aladdin? When he was like, you forgot? No, the Rugrats movie.
The Rugrats movie.
Watching old movies with my son is hilarious. It's like, so you're just seeing, like, oh, does he like this or does he not like this? Like, we tried to watch The Jetsons, but everybody was like, this didn't age well.
No.
It didn't age well at all. So I just threw it on there. What about Space Jam? Did you see the new one?
Yeah.
Did you like it? Were you indifferent about it?
It was cool. It was definitely not like the first one.
It wasn't the first one. I think so a lot of people complained that LeBron wasn't a good actor, and then so I went back and watched the first one, and I was like, Michael Jordan's not a good actor either.
Yeah,
so
it's like they're athletes, they're not actors. Like,
so it's like
and to me, it's like, to be fair, he's a better actor than Michael Jordan, or has more experience, because he was in some other movie too.
He was in Uncle Drew.
No, he wasn't in Uncle Drew. He was in he was in another movie with a bunch of other comedians.
LeBron James. Movies and TV shows. He was in Smallfoot. The LeBrons. He has a TV show?
He does? I didn't know about that.
It's on Amazon Prime. The World.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm about to check that out. Is it animated?
Season 1. There's 4 episodes.
Oh.
Interesting. All right. I didn't know LeBron had a train wreck. More than
Train wreck, that's what it was.
The Cleveland Show.
He probably had like other guest appearances.
He was in.
But yeah, he was in like way. He like wasn't that like, he wasn't terrible.
I feel like the story could have been a little bit better.
That was not my whole thing about it. Like, the story wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah, I feel like they could have been. I think Don Cheadle is a good actor, but he acted horribly in that movie.
I didn't like his character at all.
It was kind of bad.
I
don't know if that was his acting or if it was bad writing or if it was a combination of the two. But Don Cheadle's not a bad actor, so I was like,
it's probably like bad writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, even as far as like the guest appearances and stuff, like other athletes, I was like, you could have got like more, established, like, nice to see like Steph Curry in there or Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Like, more the.
Someone came up with it might have been Dorman Taman or someone else said it on like the internet and they just expounded on it, but they were talking about how maybe Michael Jordan should have came back as like the evil person, and then this could have like settled the debate who's better, LeBron.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been really cool if like an evil, and it, like how we talked about Jordan's always depicted as an a-hole. He can finally play the villain that he truly is.
It's the role I was meant to be. And then they would have said it with a 1-on-1 game.
So yeah,
That would have been pretty epic.
Yeah. So you said Steph Curry. Name some other basketball players.
Like Steph, Kyrie, like as far as the new players, like maybe they had like Luka Doncic on there.
Yeah,
Like,
so LeBron like gets the basketball players like the Avengers or whatever to defeat Jordan.
yeah.
Maybe they should get like a bunch of the old school guys.
That
Old
would be like
old school versus new school.
Old school versus new school. Just settle that whole debate.
And then he beats the other guys, but LeBron's like the last one, so he has to get the Looney Tunes.
Oh man, like that would have been great.
Evil Jordan, evil Pimpin', get maybe like an evil AI. Evil Shaq.
No, I feel like it would be like something like they don't have to be evil, but they're in their prime again.
Yeah.
Like somehow like they get some like powers, they get their prime back, and they're like, well, we
That'd
want
have been a solid movie.
Yeah, we want to be back in the league.
Yeah,
so.
WB, hire us. We got you. We get you.
Oh yeah,
we
got
you.
Yeah.
So what do you so you said watermarking your photos. Are you just talking about
how usually we see like photographers like professional photos.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll put like their name on the bottom of it.
Right.
I was talking to somebody before, and he like asked me, he was like, "Hey, how come you didn't put your watermark on it in your photos anymore?" And then I told him, I was like, I was like researching something, and I watched like a lot of YouTube and these other like YouTubers and stuff like that, photographers and stuff, and they were saying how like if someone wants to take your photo, they're gonna take your photo.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I'm like, there's really no point, especially if you get paid for it. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
They're paying to have the photo, do whatever they want with it.
Right.
Now, if you're doing it for free, like that's another story. You're just trying to get your name out there, certain stuff. But it's like at the end of the day, like the way I look at it, someone's gonna steal your photo. They're gonna steal it.
Yeah. There's if you're creative enough and I guess desperate enough, or if you're really trying to achieve a thing, you'll find ways around it.
Yeah.
So like, I guess I already passed. So in psychology, right, we had to do all these papers, and like you had to submit the work to this website, and then it will show how much is plagiarized or whatever. And I was like, bro, I'm so past doing papers right now. So like, I would, like how we did at high school. I would copy and paste, change, right click the words, put synonyms in, change it, add some ands and does, change some commas and colons around.
She just rearranged how the sentence
Boom.
was worded. And like,
I got a paper. I got it, and it had to be like a certain percentage or whatever. But like, if you calculate that you're like, I know I'm finna get a good grade on this paper, and then if this just takes this chunk off of whatever, I'll take that L, but I still passed.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. And then like doing anything on the internet now, copy and paste, download or whatever, or you could find ways around. Like if you can't download a video, now you got screen recording on your phone. Yeah. Like if you really wanted something, you go get it. So
yeah.
like,
cause like I had it's bad. Like I had a couple of like friends like just screen record a video like I made for them or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, you could have just asked me for the video to give it to you. Like you had to like all of a sudden I just see it pop up on a feed and I was like, I didn't okay.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. But
that's
like,
you still gotta give credit though.
Yeah. Like to me at the end of the day, as long as you're still getting credited on it.
Yeah, then it doesn't necessarily matter. But like just taking it. Like cause there's you had somebody that you put your watermark on and then they edited it out.
Yeah, I had that happen before. That one I felt some type of way about. I was like, you went out of your way to make sure that was completely like you deliberately were just trying to like.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up.
Yeah,
but they tagged you still, or whatever. No.
All
right.
Like they didn't tag me at first, and then they tagged me, and then they untagged me. I was gonna untag me. Like they're like, oh, just real quick, tag them on there so people see it, and then just like get rid of it. And I was like, it's okay, just whatever.
It's very interesting though. But you do restaurants and all the other stuff too. So like,
Yeah. Like, I mean, I still get, like, for them, I still get tagged on it. Like,
yeah,
it's like, usually, the people who are good about, like, tagging it, it's just, like, every once in a while, you get some, like, people that just don't want to tag it or whatever.
and then there's whole pages that they don't even do anything. They just take other people's stuff.
Yeah. Bunch of, like, repost pages and other people's stuff.
It's very interesting. The internet.
And they blow up off of that, too.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. So what YouTubers were you like? Is it people that you like legitimately follow, or is it people you just looking up random stuff for like business purposes?
No, I legitimately follow. Like, I did at first, like, yeah, I look it up just like find out, especially like with cameras or whatever.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay, cool, and then I start watching the videos, and like, oh, this person's like pretty cool, stuff like that. So, as far as like YouTubers, like, I didn't know like if you had certain YouTubers that you follow, or that like, cause you also like put up like vlogs and stuff like that. So there's like any particular YouTubers that you kind of get inspo from.
So inspo. That's
Right, yeah. Inspiration.
I watch. Well, Hoonigan usually is like I gotta just watch I watch all their videos.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh Kicks, Mike. Who else? I watch Adam LZ sometimes. I watch TJ Hunt. Well, I haven't watched TJ Hunt in a very long time. And Dustin, I haven't watched Dustin in a very long time. Kings Must Rise. I don't. Did he change his? He might have changed his name to Sup Birdie, but I don't really.
Oh yeah, his primary he puts that Sup Birdie.
Sup Birdie. Then Daily Driven Exotics. Sometimes. Sheepy Race. Yeah. I try to watch some shops. I try to watch. Kind of wish they like. I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? Like you watch somebody in their like their beginning or whatever, and it's kind of like low key boring or whatever. And like I don't know. I guess how I do my vlogs, maybe. But then like you see them be consistent, and like they just get to the next level or whatever. So like you're like low key rooting. You're like, well, you are rooting for them to like get to the next level or like where their vision is going or whatever. And like you just see them continually build on it, which I have been slacking on my YouTube videos, but I'm doing other things outside. Yeah. So I could actually focus on that more and then have everything feed into each other like in my head or like how I have it written down everywhere else. So once I start doing that, then you'll see me more out there like that. This is part of it for both of us.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I mean, right now I'm really into like podcasts or whatever. So I watch
it's like 85 South.
85 South. I watch Dormitainment and the Comedy Trap House. T-Pain has a podcast, the Nappy Boy Radio, which is funny because we were talking about Spider-Verse and Shameik Moore. He was on it. The guy who the voice
of Spider-Man. Yeah.
Miles Morales was on T-Pain's podcast this past week. So that was kind of funny. I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about this guy. That's about it. I mean, we're all kind of caught up with like TV because I don't really watch TV like that because there's nothing really for like car guys. But then I get burnt out too of car stuff all the time. So then I go back and watch like documentaries. I like How It's Made. I don't know if you ever watched one of those. That's like I like nerd out on like how the Bugatti is made or how Rolls Royce is made or like the production of Lamborghini or how the Lexus LFA did this or whatever. Motor Trend here and there. I think Kevin Hart is doing a thing with Motor Trend. He has like a show with him and the Plastic Cup Boys, which is his other comedians, his barber, his trainer, and like they're all like close friends or whatever, but they all got cars. There's There's an article saying that Kevin bought everybody on his team like their dream car, like as a kid or whatever.
I read about that.
And then they got that. But yeah, and we just finished Wu-Tang series on Hulu, which Shimmy Moore was also in.
I gotta start that. How was it? Like,
which it was good. I just read that they're ending with season 3, so I don't know what that. So season 1 was getting to know them from the street aspect and like trying to get into the music, like that transition, and then season 2 was them actually doing it. But like back then, I guess even still now, like you think everything's sweet if you're on the radio, just meaning like you got money and all this stuff or whatever. Like, but a lot of the necklaces, the jewelry or whatever, that's from the label, that's from this, and then like versus being independent or signing to a label. So like, I guess right now me and Marino would be on a label since we work for somebody else, and then like you're essentially going into a bidding war on how much you want or whatever. So like 100,000 sounds great because I don't know if you hear about artists saying that they don't have their music.
Yeah, they don't own their music.
So like you sign to a label and then you don't have your rights or whatever to royalties, your stuff. Yeah. Or like, other than being independent, you're doing all the work or whatever, and then you're not getting pushed or like.
Yeah, so like a lot of the, because I like listen to like interviews and stuff. I know like there's a rapper, Snow the Product.
Yeah.
She's pretty darn good. She's independent, but she used to be on a label.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how like switching over from the label to here, like the benefits of having a label, like they'll help push and put you out there.
Yeah.
A lot easier, and they'll like provide all these things for you. Whereas independent, you're like completely on your own. You have to do all the marketing, all the logistics for all the shows and stuff like that. Everything you have to do, but you also get everything that you get out of it. Everything that you put in, you get out of it completely. With the label, it's like you get like a little check, like a tiny check, but you really won't own much. And like usually people try to like go from that to get out of it and do their own thing. It's different,
which is why like I like even though I said like I don't watch TJ Hunt anymore, it's just like he started off just building a BRZ. He was known for wide bodying everything, and then now he has his own body kit, and I just think that's extremely dope. Like
his I don't know if he created Street Hunter.
Well, I think he works with them now. He worked with the Street Fighter LA.
Because like Street Hunter though, is that like completely new?
I think it's a sub brand,
okay,
or whatever, right? So like, there's Nike, but then there's Jordan. You know, so it's Street Fighter LA. I think is the owner. Like, I don't know if anybody can look that up because I don't follow him that closely. But like he came out with the Street Hunter kit for the A90 Supra, and then he came out with the Street Hunter kit for the C8 Corvette.
Now they're making one for the new BRZ that just came out.
Yeah, so like I just think that's really cool. That if you have your vision, you plan it out or whatever. Like we're trying to do. Well, like we're doing right now. You plan out, you'll see the fruits of your labor.
So what's actually interesting about that, the whole TJ Hunt thing and like different YouTubers. You know the YouTuber Zosh? He lives here in Florida.
Yeah.
So he did a thing on his birthday where he turned 26.
Yeah.
And he was saying how like he was getting kind of discouraged because he's been doing YouTube for a long time. He's in like some of the same circles like TJ Hunt, started around the same time TJ Hunt.
Yeah.
Adam OZ and everybody was doing their thing.
Oh, yeah. Did I mention Adam OZ? Whatever.
But like he was saying how like one, like you don't see a lot of black automotive YouTubers like really make it big.
Yeah.
Or do anything. And he was saying like because he was saying he's doing it so long, he has like a bunch of subscribers, but yet the video watch times aren't like TJ Hunt and stuff like that. Like he was saying, it's probably even with like merch,
Yeah.
Like he would drop something, like he said that he had dropped something recently, like no one bought anything.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying like how like hard it was for him to get like sponsorships and stuff like that, and like um, just really try to progress at the level. Like he's putting out daily videos,
Mm-hmm.
doing quality stuff, and like
Is he in South Florida? Or,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
He's a big Honda guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's why I kind of tapped out of Josh.
yeah.
Like I try to watch him. I like.
Because he has like he has his Integra, like a track Integra.
Yeah.
I think he just supercharged it. He had he had an RSX too.
Yeah.
And then I think that was it. No, he just got an 8th gen SI. But yeah, it's like Honda stuff. So I'm not sure if it's like, I thought it was just interesting when he was talking about it because he was kind of getting discouraged and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wonder if it's like, you know, because they're like Honda stuff is pretty popular, yeah. But at the same time, it's like if you're like trying to be an automotive YouTuber, is it like people wanting you to like upgrade?
Yeah. So like,
But it's like also the realistic side. He doesn't have a lot of money like that.
Your real life goes into that, right? So like, if you say, okay, I just bought the 2005 RSX.
Mm-hmm.
I just bought the brand new 2021 Type R or whatever. The 2020 Type R is probably going to get more videos than that. And then I bought 2005 RSX. I just wide bodied my new Lamborghini. You know, like I purchased the Lamborghini, then I went to go wide body, like just straight up like that. That video is probably going to get more views. So like a lot of stuff is kind of clickbait. There's another guy, Phil's 2 SDK.
Oh, Phil SDK, yeah.
I think he changed it to highly official.
Oh, highly official. Yeah.
It's highly official. So okay, so I like the ISF, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I build it up, that's it, right? He built the S2000.
Yeah, he
sold it, got another car, got rid of that car because he didn't like it, bought another S2000.
Yeah, he bought like an M3, right?
Yeah, and then he did. I think this is his third S2K or his second. I don't know, because he went from 2 vehicles and then went down to the M3, and then he went. Whatever. Yeah. Like, I guess I get it. An aspect, like if you really don't like it, then you're not gonna be passionate about making content for it. But then, like, I don't understand why I would buy another version of the same car to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
The crazy thing is, like, I was shocked he even bought another SDK because you know how much money he put into the first one.
Yeah, it was just like
I'm pretty sure at that point he's probably put like the car is probably worth like 90. I'm pretty sure he probably put at least like 40 grand.
So then it gets to the point to where do you put out? You kind of have to be clickbait without being clickbait, and still be clickbait.
Yeah, but even like, because I also feel like a lot of it has to do with like personality.
Yeah,
and then like, I guess the quality of the. Well, not saying like Josh does like bad quality videos, but yeah. I guess the type of video, because they're like, okay, so for me, I watch Night Ride.
Never heard of them.
They're a group in Europe. They do like photography and video and stuff like that.
Yeah. But
I guess drifting is big over there.
Yeah.
They have cars. It's like they bought like a hatch. He has a Miata.
You guess how much subscribers? YouTube kind of changed. Like they updated and like you can't see.
You can't see those.
I don't think you really see subscribers like that unless you like actually go to click on it. Like if you're searching for it. How much subscribers do
Night Ride?
Yeah. Mr. Organic.
They have 376,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. And all their stuff is like they have on their channel is an EG hatch, a Miata, I think it was like an E36 M3,
mm-hmm.
right? And they're not like brand new. They're not super crazy. At least when they first started, it was just like.
Well, I also think it's what you're doing to it as well. So like I guess the broke stages of your YouTube It shows you how creative you need to be, or like what.
Yeah, 'cause I think like Eliminate.
Yeah.
Like they didn't start off with like fancy cars. They start off with like RSXs, like 240s.
Yeah.
But I think because the way they started, I think a lot of it at first was like they did like a lot of prank videos and stuff like that.
Which I'm not doing.
No, you better not ever try to prank. But they started off like, I guess like it was more like on the comedic side with them.
Yeah.
And then as the kind of brand grew, they also started selling merch and stuff early. And as they grew, then they got like obviously you get money from merch and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you start buying better toys. But I forgot where I was going with this point. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought this is like interesting. So I just like after hearing like Zosh was saying all that stuff, but I was like, I wonder like what is it that makes at least especially automotive YouTube, because there's so much, like so many people, so saturated. Like what makes someone like really blow up? Or
I guess I mean you just got to be consistent and like know where you're trying to go. So I think that's part of the issue. And then there's like time and money, you know what I mean? Like if you're trying to, get to the point to where you have your own body kit or whatever, then you need to start figuring out how you could learn more body work, do more stuff like that. If you're trying to have the cleanest car, or if you're just trying to have the fastest car, if you're trying to have some of everything, you need to figure out how you could do that where you're at, and then be consistent to where you could get to the level of where you want to be.
Yeah. I agree.
So like there was a point where Mike wasn't putting out videos as much as he is now. But like he'll always come back and be like, I'm finally getting this thing running, and then like it'll run for like a week and then it breaks. So then you gotta deal with that stuff. And then like you're going after your dream, and then there's BS in your actual life that you're dealing with as well.
That's what I like about it. Mike is pretty kind of like transparent with a lot of stuff that goes on.
Which I gotta kind of sort of work on being, but it's like
I mean, it's not in your personality. It's not like like obviously like people want to get to know you. That's like one of the reasons we even started this thing.
Yeah,
so you can actually get to know a little bit about us. But like, because I feel like YouTube again, when I brought up like personality, people, that's usually with anything, even with a business, they want to actually get to know the person. Like Sheepy Racing, like I started watching their vlogs maybe like a month or two ago.
Yeah,
and like I've seen their page before, but I really didn't like pay attention to what they're doing. And I was like, oh, and I started watching the video and stuff like, oh, it's pretty cool. Alex is pretty cool. And then I was like branched off to like some of the interviews and stuff that he did, and I was like, yeah, I can like really follow behind his brand. Yeah, more just because of the fact that like they're cool people.
Yeah. So then like you got then you got your merch and all that other stuff, but it's like, I mean, it's like Pikachu or friggin' and Samsung or Spigen, my phone case or whatever, right? Like nobody knows what it is at first. Like it could be great or it could be a flop. You honestly don't know. It's just some dude put some stuff together. Like if you break it down that simple, it was like, I mean, you can be the next Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Tesla or whatever if you like stay consistent and keep working at it. Like just don't put out trash. Yeah. Like I didn't have to be a seamstress or like know how to sew or anything like that to come out with my own shirts and stuff like that. It was just I could draw. And then like so growing up I was always kind of told like you're not going to make a lot of money being an artist. And then like I got older and then I realized like niggas be drawing. Like like so okay. You wake up, right? Yeah. You're in the bed. Someone drew that bed. Mm-hmm. Someone drew the bed frame. Someone drew the apartment or house that you're in. Mm-hmm. Somebody drew the TV, the nightstand, the mirror, the like.
everything starts with an idea, and you have to draw out the
It's been
idea.
drawn out. The clothes that I'm wearing, someone drew it. Somebody measured it out. The cartoons, the anime that I watch, somebody drew that. The comic book movies, the costumes, all that stuff is. People are really paying $1,000 for like a shirt that just says LV on it. It's not even a drawing.
No, it's letters.
It's just letters. It's Times New Roman LV $1,000 white T-shirt. That's it.
And that goes back to just because of who they are
and
the reputation that they have. They can charge. That's like with like people who actually like paint, like actual artists, like painters and stuff like that. Like there's no set price for anything, any of this work. It's all based off what your reputation is, how known you are as an artist. And they're like, oh, like a less known artist, maybe you can charge like $200 to $300. But if you're like big time, a couple billion.
I saw
a picture of a dot.
An article. Some museum hired an artist to do a painting, like a canvas painting or something like that, and it was like 150,000 or some. It was some astronomical number that I was just like, bruh, I really should. Like, I draw more now, but like I was very on and off with it because like I was always getting told like, don't put your time and effort into that because you're not gonna get anywhere with it. And then like the dude, he didn't even draw anything. He put up, it was a white canvas, a blank canvas, and he named it. It was something more eloquent, but it was more along the lines of like, I ran off on the plug because he got paid to put up a blank canvas, and like that's art.
That's like
because art is up into interpretation. Or like did you see the invisible statue?
Yes. I'm like, bro, y'all finessed the mess out of this. Like,
legitimately got an invisible statue,
and people
and people was trying to get it, and I was like, wait. So here's how my mind was like, yo, we got paint now. We got camouflage paint that like, it'd be like, is there actually something there? Like if I throw something on it, no, it's there's nothing there. It's an invisible statue.
I was like, bro, like I just, but yeah, far back again, like back to like, you know, reputation and stuff, your name and people actually getting to know you, that increases the value of what you put out.
Yeah. So then like, and even if like I guess I don't do like the craziest things to it because like it's kind of expensive to keep up. Like buying tires all the time. Like I'm always doing a burnout. I'm always trying to drift or something like that. You're gonna break more stuff. Like I do daily the car. So like that's another factor too, right? Like, so I'm saving on I know how to fix it. Like I can fix it. Like it's not a problem, but it still costs to repair a thing. And then like it is like, you got to, I guess, keep up with the newest vehicles that are out, kind of, sort of, in a way. Or like, so the ISF, people know about it, but it's not like the M3. I said like so many times. I'm counting in my head. This is horrible. The M3, right?
Yeah.
The M3 heritage and all that stuff. If you keep on buying like the newest one every time it comes out, then it's like you everyone's gonna flock to your page because they want to see new content. They gotta see new.
Yeah.
Whatever. But there's not too many Lexus ISF people out there. They usually get the car, review it, go full bolt on, and then they pretty much sell it and go do something else. Whatever.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, there's always like a limit to certain things. But like, again, as far as like back to YouTubing and stuff like that, it's usually, or whatever brand, business, whatever you have,
You just gotta be consistent.
like you gotta be consistent with it, quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And then just
And don't do stuff you don't like.
Yeah.
Just to.
Because people can tell if you really like just doing it just because everyone else is doing it, or because you actually like enjoy doing it.
Right.
So just don't be fake. Pretty much.
Yeah, just don't be fake. Are you do you subscribe to Keeping Up with the Joneses? Like you gotta have the newest things. Because it's generally that plays a part into growing your YouTube as well.
Yeah. So, I always look at the newest stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been doing. I think I've been doing a pretty good job of not trying to buy the newer stuff.
Okay.
Because. All right, so like for me with cameras, like there's a bunch of cameras that come out. This is one camera that just came out that's like called the A7 IV.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. Like $2,500, which is pretty like relatively cheap for a camera. But then they have the other one called the
mind-boggling to me.
Yeah. Oh, bro, the lens.
Just
like the lens that's on that camera.
Yeah.
$800.
Yes. Yeah. It's $800. All right.
It's not a cheap hobby.
Yeah.
And it's like another camera that like called like A7S III came out, which is like, so the A7S II was like really popular as like the low light king. Like you shooting like night photos or videos.
Yeah.
The best camera you could ever have. The video quality is amazing. And then like 5 years later, they come out with the A7S III.
Yeah.
And this camera has been rumored to come out for such a long time. When it came out, you can do like slow motion, 120 frames per second in 4K. Like, and then the other one was like, and then it's like the camera can also do 240 frames per second. It's basically like imagine being able to catch a raindrop slowly come down, and it's raining. Like that's slow.
That's the camera you're trying to get.
That's what I was trying to get. That one cost like $3,800.
So what goes? So when you're looking at these things, right?
Right.
Like a new thing comes out, boom, has all these features. Am I going to be doing any of this stuff? Because a lot of people like to get new things and be like, oh, I got it, but then it just sits.
It's like, yeah, are you gonna use it? So that was my thing, and I was like, because I was gonna get one of those two cameras, but I was like, well, the focus right now is for me to actually just start putting out more working content. And the camera I have now, it shoots decent photos.
Yeah.
The video quality is still at like 4K.
Right.
Even though it's only 30 frames, it's 4K. The only issue with this camera is that it's cropped. The center's cropped. So basically I can't, what that means is I can't scale or like crop in a photo that much without it losing detail.
Okay.
Or a video crop, like zoom in and out of a video without it losing detail.
Mm.
So that's the only downside of the camera. Like other than that, it's like I got what I need for that one. If it gets the job done, why go out of my way to pay something a little more expensive when I can still go out and buy lights or take that money,
yeah, and
go buy lights, go buy audio equipment, go rent out something, or put it towards like something as far as like car stuff. Maybe put some of that money towards a car so I can get some more content off of that, or like rent out some equipment for some shows, go to some like car shows or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of like I'm at. Like, yeah, there's always new stuff, and I like the new stuff. I think it's cool. Like having drones and stuff like that is cool. But it was like, especially like a drone, it's like I'm not really gonna use it.
Yeah, you don't do that much shoots with drones yet.
Like,
do we have to have a license here?
I think technically, yeah. Some spots they really don't care, but I think it depends on like where you're flying.
Okay.
You have to have one if you're flying near an airport, or like I think like in the city you have to have one. Certain countries it's mandatory for you to have one. I think now like they're trying to make it like a mandatory thing, but I know a lot of people just have it. They don't have a license for it, but it definitely helps if you do. I don't know how expensive it is. Like the
is that just? Are you just like that with cameras, or is that like everything?
As far as like as what, just
So like I have the 10.
Yeah.
What is this? It's 10. I don't care to buy a new phone every time it comes out, or like I have to have the new one. You're not gonna see a real difference until 2-3 phones later anyway, unless you really use every feature on that phone that it possibly could do. Most people honestly just take a couple pictures, go on Instagram, text some people, call some people, and then that's basically about it. Like I use the Note because I like the stylus, and I kind of do some digital doodles every now and again, or have like Adobe Draw and stuff, which I gotta.
Okay, so if the Note came out with like an upgraded stylus or something like that, would you get it?
Or just because, or I will still wait.
Like obviously it's gonna have something that you can't do right now. It's gonna add on. Would you get it?
If it was something that I can't do right now, that I would do if I could. I don't know.
See, that's what I think usually when it comes to like stuff like that, I think it depends on if you like it. Like with the phone thing, I don't care about the phone.
Yeah.
Like it's just I can still make calls, text, whatever. I don't care about upgrading to it until it breaks or like I'm having issues with it.
So about what game console do you have?
Like I still have a PS4.
You have a PS4 and
an Xbox One.
Okay. So did you get those as soon as it came out, or did you wait?
No, I got them like a year later.
Yeah. Like I'm debating.
I got I'll take that back. I got the PS4 as soon as it came out because GameStop was doing a deal where you trade in a PS3.
Yeah.
And you get like $100 off, $200 off. So
because GameStop's shiesty.
Yeah.
I said it.
They are. Oh, did you know, sidebar, that they sell computers and stuff now, and they sell phones?
Yeah, GameStop had to expand their portfolio.
I didn't know that until my friend was like, "Yeah, I was looking at they're trying to sell me a computer and laptop."
GameStop used to just be games. And now they got clothes in there.
Yeah, I was like, well, I haven't been inside GameStop in like
they got toys
at least
and stuff.
2 years. So I was like, I did not know. I was like, wait, since when did GameStop start doing all this stuff?
Yeah, I gotta go to games. They got some socks. Get some people some socks for Christmas. Probably get you some socks or something.
But yeah, it's like certain, like I feel like it might be easier for someone like to really try to like keep up with the latest and greatest if it's something that they're actively interested in, and like it can help them use like
that you could tell the difference.
Yeah.
Or like when I so the IS500 came out, the IS500 F Sport. Which is essentially, so the Lexus ISF came out 2007 to 2014, well 2013, and then they discontinued it. So and then the RCF came out, GSF came out, and then the LC500 came out. But now they're trying to, from their mouth, they said that just putting the V8 in the car is now, just the base for performance. So then the F brand is going to go hopefully in the boost from the factory, so we don't have to do all this extra work. And then they're leveling up. But people were asking me if I would buy the IS500, and I was like, why would I buy the IS500 if it's basically my car? And like it's only the only features that's going to be different. So it's the revised. It's basically like Toyota's perfect version of the motor that I have. So it has 472 horsepower from the factory. So I don't know. That's probably like 430 or something like that to the wheels. I mean, I could get that with a tune and everything. Yeah. So I'm full bolt-ons. I mean, it might be slightly faster, or I don't know. We might be the same. I haven't seen anybody race them yet.
Well, I feel like a lot of at least with cars, the newer models every year they put out, they're just small technological stuff like inside, like convenient comfort.
Yeah, that's how like when a car comes out, this is, we did all our research. We figured that this is sellable at this point. And then let's say 1 year this happens a lot, and then like the next year of this chassis model or model cycle or whatever is going to be improved upon. So then, like, well, I hope I'm not killing anybody's money or whatever. I know people are going to buy cars regardless. It doesn't matter. So technically, what you want to do is you want to get the last year of this cycle. Or like if you notice a year of a model, like a model year or whatever of a car, and it's like really short, you probably want to stray away from that one because like if that happened, that's because there's either a lot of problems with it or on the other side of that, it just didn't sell well and it's probably just fine. But like people didn't like the design of it. But there's a small percentage of people out there, and I was like, whatever. Gets me from point A to point B. So that's kind of sort of how that goes. Yeah. I don't know where we at on time. On time. How long have we been talking?
30? I don't know. Probably should wrap this up.
When did we start?
I think we started like around 9:20.
9.
Yeah, you got here like what, around like.
Yeah, but we kind of chilled for a little bit. Yeah. I don't know how much time we have. All right, we could we got here.
I think we talked about everything that we want to talk about.
Yeah. Let's do supercar.
Supercar
hassle. All right. So, is there any supercars or whatever that you like?
McLaren 720S. The
all right.
Performante.
Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you know that there's like things, there's like criteria that you have, like you can't just, you have this much money, you go up in there.
I like how you just manhandle Pikachu.
You have this.
Grabbed him by the neck.
You have this much money, and I want a McLaren. Right. McLaren. Oh, this article is saying that like some supercars are easier to buy than others. McLaren makes you go through certain things that you have to do. You have to be put on the wait list, and you have to have an interest. So like, it's their company; they can do whatever they want. But like McLaren, Ferrari, there's certain brands that are like, all right, you have to own a car.
Like a previous model?
You have to own a previous model. They're going to do background checks on you, like your driving history and things like that.
It's like, how do you own a previous model if you can't even get the one model?
You can't. You have to buy one used.
Oh.
You have to buy one used. You can't be a known flipper. Like, you can't just be one of those people that buy the car just to flip it or whatever. Like, you have to want it. They're going to want to know, like, why do you want the McLaren? Like, do you watch our racing and stuff like that?
Okay.
They
don't want to just take my money.
No, Lamborghini is though. Lamborghini don't care. Lamborghini, if you're if you're a car enthusiast, not a car enthusiast, you're gonna flip it, do whatever. Lamborghini, in fact, they buy our cars. Come do it.
I was like, I didn't realize McLaren does. So I was like, dang, I was like, bro, it's not that serious.
Yeah. And if you're like, they got special models and everything too. So if you can't just go in there and say you want the McLaren P1 BP23, like the race car, or even with Ferrari, like their top models, like you gotta have X amount of vehicles this long, such so forth. So it's kind of like you gotta do some research. You gotta do some other purchases before you get in there.
That's wild. I just want the car, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted the
I
car.
don't care about this extra show. Just
some of the cars are pretty hard to actually get. Like you would think I done did all this grinding, then went through all the mud to get to this point. I got this cash. Just be like, hey, I want this, and they're like, nah, bro.
Yeah, that's
we don't respect your hustle or your grind. You got to do some more.
Yeah, that's so stupid. That's like, Never mind. That's like so much other issues to go into that.
I mean,
like,
I get it to a point to where like it's their company, you do what you want, but there's another point. Like,
I mean, like at the end of the day,
Ferrari doesn't like when you put like liveries and stuff on their cars too. So like,
I've heard about that. Which I get it. Like, but at that point, it's not your car anymore.
It's not your car. You got yours. I was like, let me live my life.
That's like the whole point. It's not your car anymore. I paid all this money for it. It's mine. I do what I want with it.
But the one of the things, right? So like growing up, the Gallardo was the Lamborghini. The Gallardo and Murcielago was like the things, right? So now it's the Huracan and the Aventador, which are the two main ones. So like those always are getting better and faster, better and faster, better and faster, better and faster. So like I always wondered how like people want like the Countach or what was the other one that they had? There was another Lamborghini, but like I guess because I didn't grow up in that era.
SVJ.
No, there was another one. But I didn't grow up in that era, so like I don't get why they like it so much. But I guess that's what we would say about wanting a Gallardo or a Murcielago. But personally, I feel like the Huracan and Aventador look so much better than the previous versions anyway. So like that's what I would want, I guess, that way. I mean, supercars are kind of. I wouldn't get one until I had the money to like play around with it like I would any other vehicle. I guess in that sense.
I guess oddly enough, like my whole thinking though is like once I really found out about like modding cars and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, I can get a regular car and dump like 20-30 grand into it and make it faster than a supercar.
Yeah. But I mean, that supercar would have dumped the same amount of money in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that point too. So I was like, I don't know. But,
just as long as it's streetable, I'm okay. But
yeah. I was like, yeah, at a certain point, like, yeah, to me, it's like, whenever I got to the point where I got money like that, just kind of just throw around. It's like, yeah, because another thing too, like, you get a supercar, you're really not trying to be like daily driving it.
Yeah, because I don't think they're really that comfortable. Yeah, the auto show at the Prime Osborne. I don't know if you ever been to that one. Well, it's more or less just all the dealerships here just trying to sell their cars.
Oh, okay.
So you get to like sit down in some cars that you otherwise wouldn't necessarily see. Sat in the i8, the BMW i8, it's a 3-cylinder hybrid. You gotta get up and in. Okay. So it's pretty low to the ground. So like you gotta step over the side railing, whatever. It's probably like I don't know, like a foot. I'm probably over exaggerating, but it's like a foot long or wide or whatever. Then you step over that, but then you get in the car. So like it's deep too.
Oh, okay.
So when you get in it, you're like, whoa. My wife was like, nah, we're not doing that. So, and then they are meant for basically two people. I mean, now we're in a day and age where everyone's trying to make 4-door supercars, but
they said I forgot what the comparison was for an R8 to one of the Lamborghinis.
Yeah,
they're like it's pretty much the same. Like I know Fresh Cakes talked about it and TJ Hunt talked about it. It's like it's pretty much the same exact car. The R8 is like half the price and way more comfortable.
Yeah,
but just as fast.
So there's VW owns the VW Auto Group has Bugatti, Lamborghini, Bentley, Audi. Did I already say Audi? Audi, and then I want to say there's another one under their group, but like they have so much cars, right? And then the R8 and the Huracan are the same car. They got these structure points. They got structure points to where like they have to follow. Like you can't get a car off this one platform and then you have a crazy line, a crazy A pillar on the R8, but then the Huracan doesn't have it because it's a structure point. So that's why people are upset about like the FT1 concept for the Supra versus the A90 is because it had a structure point on the Z4 that didn't allow those crazy body lines that everybody wanted. So that's kind of sort of how that goes. And then Audi is known for like more of a luxury. I mean they race, but like it's more known as a luxury brand versus Lamborghini is more known as like the racing. I mean they got a raging bull as a mascot. It's more aggressive than four rings. Just saying.
But yeah, I don't know. Well, so like, what is real quick? Like, what supercar would you want to get?
It'd probably be. Oh, I like Lamborghini. I like Koenigsegg, and I like Pagani. I like Koenigsegg because he basically created that himself, and I don't know. Like we kind of talked about it, like in passing or whatever, and my wife mentioned it to me. I was like, "Why don't you just make your own car?" And I was like, "There's a lot that goes into that." I mean, I guess it's a risk to take either way. But he got his engineering degree or whatever, and at first he built it off the Ford V8, and then he like figured out how to make it more efficient. And then he started making his own motors. He makes his own chassis, and so like it's a warehouse probably about as big as the dealership I work at.
Yeah,
got like a few people working there, and they do everything in house. So I like that aspect about him. So I want like a Koenigsegg Agera or Regera or whatever. Those are really cool cars, and I like his story. Pagani. I had the car Need for Speed Carbon. It's kind of it's really fast. Mercedes makes those motors. The insides could be I don't know. I guess I really need to get into one, but like seeing the inside pictures, because I never seen the interior until I got older, and I was like, "Ugh, there's a lot going on in there." There's a lot going on in there. I don't know if I could get used to that. I like the way they look, and then of course, I guess everybody gotta has a Lamborghini at one point in time in their life. I guess whether it be a Huracan, I don't think I'll get an Aventador because I would like to try my hand at building a twin turbo kit. So if I could buy all the pieces from like Sheepy Race or whoever, or to do a completely custom or whatever, I'd do that. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for today.
Yeah,
we're not gonna talk. We covered everything except for one topic. It's okay though.
So yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah. I don't know how long it's been. I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure we went way over an hour.
Way over an hour. We might.
So this could be a long episode, but appreciate you guys listening. And again, please like, comment. Let us know what you guys think. Maybe even let us know some topics that you guys think we should probably discuss
to cover. Yeah, comment, please. Don't be coming to us in our DMs and messaging us and just talking to us in person about what you want us to talk about. Comment under there. Help. Share the video. Do it.
Yes, share.
Right. Help us. Help. All right. Be blessed, everyone. Have a great this weekend. Well, no. Yeah, when this comes out, it's gonna be.
It's only a weekend when it comes out.
Yeah. Have a great weekend.
Peace.